What's up? It's Tom. Twins system recap for Sunday, April 5th. Let's talk some baseball. A little bit of a lighter schedule for today across the minor league system. Only the Saints and Colonels in action, but the Saints with a doubleheader. Thankfully, got to play both games. It was very difficult to play in St. Paul this week. Unfortunately, they did lose both of those games. So crazy games. We'll get more into that in just a sec. But the Colonels won 14-8. They've scored 22 runs over their past two games, so lots of offense. Twins lost 4-1 in 10 innings today. And I wrote tonight's Twins Daily Minor League Report. So if you were watching this earlier, it probably won't be published yet, not sure. And then a reminder, tomorrow, Monday, is a travel day across the minor leagues, so there are no scheduled games for across the minor league system. I had even though 3 games, I had a very difficult time coming up with the 3 stars. Let me know how you think I did here deciding these. But familiar names so far. Marek Houston, the 3rd star for Cedar Rapids in that big game, big offensive game. He was 3 for 5 with a homer, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and a walk. So Marek Houston's bat kind of heating up. Usually you would kind of expect this from a college bat being in high A. You know, I know this is his first full season here, but him being such a defensive, that's where his reputation is. It seems like kind of a little bit more exciting that he's off to a good start at the plate, because we kind of know that he checks that box at shortstop. But the question is he going to hit enough? And, hitting in high A isn't going to prove anything, but it would just be really nice to see him do that. And he might move up pretty quick if he can hit. 2nd star, Kaelen Culpepper. Tough to put a guy as a 2nd star when he hits 2 home runs in a day. But Culpepper, he homered in each of the 2 Saints games today. Drove in 4, hit a homer off number 1 Red Sox prospect Payton Tolle. So that's pretty cool as well. But given the circumstances of this guy's game, Alan Roden only started 1 game for the Saints today. Oh my goodness, though. He tied the game. He had a game-tying home run. The Saints came back from being down 8-1, and it was a doubleheader. In the minor leagues, there are 7-inning games. Alan Roden, in the bottom of the 7th inning, with the Saints down to their final out, hits a game-tying home run that was an absolute blast. And then later in the game, in extra innings, he also tied it when the Saints were down. He had a single up the middle that time. So 2 times when the Saints were down to their final out, Alan Roden tied it up. He reached base 3 times. He made a great diving catch in left field in the top of the 7th inning. He has a .529 on-base percentage now with the Saints. But again, kind of game context, I had to give Roden the nod just because that was unbelievable. Honorable mentions, Brandon Winokur had a nice game, hit a home run. He also committed a couple of errors, though, so that kind of influenced him not making it into more consideration of the 3 stars. Caden Kendall homered and doubled for Cedar Rapids. Again, they put it on. That lineup went off. Andy Lugo hit a grand slam for them. Orlando Arcia, who played both legs of that doubleheader for the Saints, 3 for 7, a homer, a triple, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and 2 walks. On the pitching side, not a whole lot to call out there, but Andrew Morris did have a nice start. They're limiting guys still to a pretty modest pitch count. He threw 70 pitches, and they just didn't. They kind of called it there. 3 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. And that AAA Red Sox affiliate was pretty hard to keep down today. To the star scoreboard, and those of you who've been paying attention know these guys that made it on tonight are among the top guys, and it's actually in the same order. Went Roden, Culpepper, Houston tonight, and that's actually how things shape up for how we've had things so far this year. So those 3 at the top. Orlando Arcia kind of establishes himself inside the top 10 with his honorable mention. So there we see how things shake out. Again, no minor league action tomorrow, but just some additional notes from some of the guys you'd be looking out for. Eduardo Tayit was hit by a pitch. I don't know if it was his wrist or his hand. It was up and in, and it got him up there kind of around his hand, maybe forearm even. I'm not 100% sure. But he did not get attended to by a trainer, ran the bases, scored. That was a huge 7-run innings for the Colonels. He came back up again, but they pinch hit for him. But they were also up like 13-4 or something crazy. So it sounds like that was just precautionary at the time. But we'll kind of see. Maybe he'll get. Obviously they don't have a game tomorrow. Maybe that'll be enough for him to get back out there. Not too concerned about it at this point, but worth passing along. Gabriel Gonzalez was 3 for 7 with a double. He's got to play both games of that doubleheader. He's been kind of off to a slow start, but the last few games he's been getting going again, so that's good to see. Manuel Rodriguez only played one game today. He homered in that game, did not strike out as well, so that kind of trend continues. Again, we're very early in the same set. Saints haven't played much, but he's not striking out nearly as much as he used to. Can't really take that to the bank yet, but it's good to see. Walker Jenkins only played in one game, was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. He now has a 583 OPS, only 24 plate appearances, but when you are the top prospect in the system and, one of the higher up prospects in baseball, I don't know that there is a small sample size. I think you're just going to get nitpicked, and, undoubtedly it's been a slow start for him. John Klein got the start in the second game of that doubleheader, and I kind of referenced that the Twins just struggled keeping things together, and John Klein really struggled. Gave up 6 runs, didn't get out of the second inning. A very rough outing for him. So thanks for checking this one out. Again, Twins, if you want more information on these games, check out that Twins Daily minor league report. I'm going to have some video highlights of some of the action over the weekend on Limestone Pipeline at some point tomorrow, so check that out too. Thanks for checking this one out. I appreciate you. We'll talk again soon.